share. Are we live here now? Nope, still not here. Boop. There we go. Come on. Oh, there's my head. Is this me playing on it, trying to figure it out, or is this me actually now? Okay, this is me actually now. Hey guys. Sorry, I'm making sure I got all of my platforms going and making sure I'm on the right stuff and enjoy my lovely peach milkshake from Chick-fil-A. All right, guys. Sorry, that peach milkshake is like everything right now. Hey, Miss Robin. All right, guys, we are going to be doing Sweet Tea and Jesus. Awesome. So, it took me like a lot of time to figure out what I wanted to do today because we have so many new things that Lori brought me earlier, and I'm like, I just don't know which one I want to do. And then I got my peach milkshake in, and I was like, oh yeah, we're doing Sweet Tea and Jesus. I probably need to turn my background volume off. Sorry, y'all. There we go. All right. We're definitely going to be doing something different. More different than what I normally do. I don't have a hair tie, so we're going to kind of wing it with trying to not get my hair in paint today. So, I'm going to start with this straw. I want to do my straw white and red, like those, kind of like the, oh my gosh, I had it pictured in my head. Like the old school straws that you see with the milkshake, and it's got the nice pretty cherry, and it's like a red and white candy stripe. That's where I want to start with today. So I'm going to go on my red first. Hey guys. Ooh. And normally I feel like I'm more planned out than what I am today. Just kind of feeling a little all over the place. But it's okay. It'll work out. Because I was trying to think, I'm like, you know, I really don't know what color I could do for this tea, and that's why I was kind of shying off on doing this one. It's like, I had to think about it. I'm like, okay, well, tea is brown, but it's not like a brown, it's more like of a light brown. Now I was trying to figure out how to combine some colors to get to the color that I wanted for this tea. Hey everybody. And I kind of just decided, I was like, you know what? I did something one of the last ones I did, and I thought it was going to turn out one way, and it didn't, but it still turned out pretty. I liked it. And I was like, you know, we're just going to go with it. I'm going to let it happen today. Oops. I don't like this brush for that. I want more of a square. Oh, I got to dump my brushes over. Yeah. Don't want to work. That's what I'm thinking. I have like this peachy sand color, but it turns out it's more of a peach than a sand. So I'm gonna mix that color with some brown and kind of go from there. So it's gonna end up being, oops, this color, awkward. If I can figure out my camera angles. Like a brownish, you can't really see it that well on the thing. And then I'm gonna mix this one, which is that peachy sand thing color that I used in the sand in my toes. It turned out more orange. So I'm gonna start with that and kind of figure out from there where I wanna go. And then my lemon, obviously, is gonna be yellow. And I have this big, bold trim that I'm not quite sure what I want to do with yet either. So I knew automatically I want a red and white striped straw. Oh, thank you. Painting is definitely one of my, I'm sorry, my face is in the way. Let me not have my head in the way so y'all can actually see what I'm doing. And I'll zoom in a little bit. Ooh. There we go. Painting is definitely one of those things that I've loved to paint. Now, if somebody asked me to paint something for them, I'm not okay. I like it, but I'd rather just randomly paint something than professionally paint anything. Painting's relaxing. I always like doing those velvet paintings that we got when we were kids. Oh, a Dixie straw. I didn't think of that. I knew they had a name, but I just couldn't think of it at the moment. I like doing those like velvet things that came with the markers. I loved doing those as a kid. I made my mom frame one and put it up on my wall. It was of a horse. It was my Aunt Dee gave it to me, and she was Cherokee Indian, and she gave me this pretty horse painting that was a velvet thing, and it was an Indian on a horse, and I made my mom frame it for me. And I accidentally broke the picture frame because it was a decent sized frame. I broke the glass out of it trying to play with a yo-yo. I was trying to like walk the dog or something like that. My dog got a little out of control and went a little airborne, and I definitely broke that picture frame. My mom laughed because I told her how I did it, and she's like, no more yo-yos in the house for you. It was one of those moments like, I didn't think that could do that, but I guess, you know, it could. I have all these like thick lines for outlines that I don't terribly know what I want to do with. Uh-oh. I like paint by numbers too. Paint by numbers was fun. But the paint by numbers always got a little OCD for me. Because I'd always have to do like, okay, find all the ones. And if I forgot one, I'm like, oh my God, no. I screwed up. It was fun, but it definitely got a little intense. Oh, there was one show that we had always watched. and the guy would draw. It was a PBS kids show. I remember watching it in like 5th or 5K, watching Zaboomafoo and all those fun shows before like school started. So my mom was a teacher, so we'd get there at the crack of dawn. Until we started riding the bus. Then the bus broke down a lot, and it was always cold because we did not have heat, AC, anything like that in the bus. So if the bus broke down, you were out of luck. So what's everybody been working on? See, I don't think it was Bob Ross. I remember the little song. And it was like Happy Doodle or somebody like that. Or Pappy Doodle or something. But I don't think it was Bob Ross. Because for years I thought it was Bob Ross. Hey guys. Well, thank you for saying I make this look so easy. Because I'm looking, I'm like, I'm all out of these lines, but you know, it's okay. A little teeny spot. That's a really fun looking spot. And so, right around where these letters are, not terribly worried about it. Majority of them, yes, they all have the lines, so you can, it's kind of like a wood coloring book, is what I think of it. So they'll either have lines, or like this one actually has the letters cut out. So if I put a mark right through here on my E, so how I marked right here through my E's going to sit on top of it. So it doesn't really matter if I mark through it or not. If I can get this in frame. That's one thing I love about these wood cutouts. They're so easy. They're so fun. That's what I was saying. It reminds me of those velvet pictures that we used to do, or I used to do as a kid. Because those velvet pictures, you really couldn't go out of the lines. Because, I mean, there's a big bumper. See, if I tried to freehand paint, it's going to look... we're going to have a blob that might be... We're going to call it an ocean. And then we're going to put some squigglies in it and then make a bigger squiggly. And it's going to be a tree on a lake or something like that. If you want to get really fancy, then you throw in a little half moon. Then it's a tree on a lake at night. Alrighty, now I got my straw painted. I'm going to wait to go in with that white for a little bit and kind of wait for that red to kind of dry. And it's going to look like I'm skipping around a lot, and I do apologize about that. I'm just trying to get everything painted and looking pretty. Yes, we try to make everything as simple as possible. Still trying to figure out what color I want to paint my jar. What do y'all think? Like the little outside of my jar? I don't know what color it should be. Thought about black. And I'm like, well, mason jars aren't really black. They're kind of gray, but they're technically clear. So what do y'all think? I have no clue about that mason jar. That's a little closed. I'm kind of spin it so I can get to my lemon. Because obviously my lemon's gonna be yellow. Go in the paint. Ooh, I might mix a gray. That's kind of what I was thinking. Oops. Because I feel like this is going to be a bunch of variations of mixed colors. So we're going to mix some paint colors. And as I stick my arm in paint colors, we might find out what they make. If my head gets in the way, y'all, just, I would say yell at me, but, you know, comment in all caps that my head's in your way. Because I keep, like, leaning to this one side, and I'm trying not to lean over what I'm doing. I'm a hover when I paint, too. That is one thing for sure I definitely do. I definitely hover over all of my projects. Uh-oh. So, as y'all know, it's Monday, and the ice cream place is closed on Mondays. You know what? We're just going to kind of paint this whole thing because lemons are all yellow, right? We'll kind of go in there with a darker yellow and give it some definition. Ooh, that was a lot of paint. So on Mondays, the ice cream place next to us is closed. So I like to count how many people try and go to the ice cream place during the day. And it is up to like 10 today. I think the highest I've got was like 30. Need to go through there and down there. Okay. Kind of clean up the excess in there. Okay. I'm also not going to worry about painting these letters either, just because these letters are going to be covered by other letters. So I'm not going to worry about that. All right. So let's go ahead and actually mix up some of this darker yellow. I just stuck my finger all up in some yellow. And baby wipe. Oh my goodness. Got like 5 baby wipes out of that one. I'm gonna try with this a little bit of peach color first and see if that'll give me the consistency or the darkness of the color that I want. That was a lot. But you know what? We can mix it for the brown and then come down the road and use it for my tea color that I want to do. That looks a little that looks a little orangey still. Here we go. I like that color. And we're gonna go with the smaller brush. So what kind of projects has everybody been working on? Kind of curious to know. Been doing all the wood stuff. And I got some new glue to try out. So excited about it. Ooh. Yes, I'm so excited for Patriotic. 4th of July is like my favorite time of year. I absolutely love fireworks. So that is my top thing that I look forward to around the summer. It's all the fireworks, the warmth, the sun, all that great stuff. And Patriotic can go like all year round just because there's so many holidays that kind of circle around that. So you can kind of, it's like a multi-use wreath. Lola Bear cards. What are Lola Bear cards? I've never heard of that. So I can tell y'all a funny story though, until I find out what Lola Bear cards are, and then I'll come back to that. So Joey did not know Casey's last name was Lemon Jello. It's like, is her last name really Lemon Jello, or is that just like a nickname? I said, no, that's really her last name. It's like, oh my gosh. Well, does she like Jello? It's like, I don't know, I can ask. And he's like, okay, ask. And I asked Casey, I was like, hey, Joey wants to know if you like Jell-O. And she's like, well, yeah, as long as they don't put carrots in it. Which triggered a whole, like, 30-minute conversation between me and Joey about Jell-O and who puts carrots in their Jell-O and how we've never heard of this. And him being 32 and me about to be 29, where I'm like, how have I never heard of somebody putting carrots in Jell-O? So we actually Googled it, and by the time, because I asked Casey, I was like, who puts carrots in Jell-O? It's a Midwest thing. And lo and behold, we Google it, and Joey's like, it's like a Midwestern mom Jell-O salad. It's like, that is crazy. So who's heard of putting carrots in Jell-O? Because that was definitely news to me until Casey said it. Let alone Joey's over there trying to make funny jokes about Casey's last name and if she likes Jell-O and how you pronounce her name and all that great stuff. And I'm over here thinking, like, who puts carrots in Jell-O? I don't know what. We'll leave that for right now. I'm going to go through and make some, like, zhuzhiness somewhere in there. Koala bear. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense than than Lola Bear. I thought it was like a cartoon character. Because there's so many cartoons out there now. Oops. And see, this is why I keep baby wipes handy, because I paint all over everything and then I go to touch my face. So far, this is what we got. Got our lemon that's kind of 3D-ish and our straw. So I'm going to go in and take my lovely brown and everything that I just... Oh my gosh, he had so many jokes. And he also asked if she liked lemons in her Jell-O. I'm like, babe, I don't know. I don't know if she likes lemons in her Jell-O. He had all those lemon Jell-O jokes. He's like, so is that her last name or is that her married last name? Like, how did she get this name? I'm like, babe, she married into it. So, yeah, Joey cracked all the jokes. But Joey and Casey do like to make fun of each other a good bit. They've gone back and forth for a good little bit over stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think I have my tea color. And this is, here we go. There we are. This is kind of what I came up with. That kind of looks like tea. Right? Right. You know what we get to do? All up over these letters. Because you know why? We are putting letters over them. Seal likes to kick up, and you know, I put stuff on backwards. I probably should have got a bigger brush. It'll look cute, brown. I'm kind of like talking myself out of this brown color now. Like, I don't think I like this. And I want to do some fun colors to kind of tie in spring for the sweet tea and Jesus part. Also, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you check out the studio on Facebook and like and follow that page for us and keep up to date on all things studio and catch some different lives from over here. Well, I don't know why I was trying to be that can get covered. But I think my iPad's about to die. Yep, there it goes. Alright guys, give me 2 seconds. I have to pull this video up on my phone because my iPad just died, which is lovely. All the technical difficulties today. Has anybody else, or does anybody else remember that? The do 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 banana, do 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 banana. That thing gets stuck in my head all the freaking time.
At Sonobello
Oh
Alumni,
snap! That was loud. Ads, man. Trying to get onto our lovely live over here. Can I skip that? Skip. Oh, here we go. And we're gonna prop that on up over there. Boop. And remember, all this lettering is going to be covered up by like the 3D letters, so I can paint all over that. It just gives me a very good guideline of where my letters need to go, because I've definitely placed them in the wrong place, and I like the fact that it's going to kind of tell me where I need to put it. Oops. That part does need to be painted though. It's not in a letter. Okay. I'm going to turn it so I can get those pieces. I'm going to switch up brushes too, just because these are smaller pieces and I want to have more of a chance to stay in the lines, and that big brush is not going to do it for me. Y'all, this is gonna look so pretty. And we have sweet tea and Jesus ribbon. Well, I know it says sweet tea for sure. Can't remember about the Jesus part. But we have sweet tea ribbon in the shop, and I'm so excited. I wish I would have got them to bring me a roll of it so I could have made a bow with it and kind of hung something somewhere on this with that ribbon, because that would have been stinking cute. Oh my goodness. Oops. That. Alrighty. Okay. That. Just kind of marking what I know needs to go brown, because I got a little sidetracked. Well, thank you. I thought the brown looked pretty good. And if it's a little streaky, it can look like the ice in the jar or something. My focus today is off the chain right now. Joey tells me I have squirrel syndrome because I'll focus on one thing and then go to something else and then just bounce and bounce and bounce and bounce and go back and forth and back to something else. And by the time I get done with something, I'm so far from what I started with. Is funny. Like, I'll go to put the dishes up, and then I'll see a rag that's sitting on the counter, and I'll then take the rag. I'm like, okay, well, the rag needs to go in the dirty clothes. So I go to take the rag to the dirty clothes. After I take the rag to the dirty clothes, I realize, well, I should probably do a load of clothes. And then I go to do said load of clothes, and I realize it needs to be vacuumed and swept right through here. So then I kind of go to that, and then I'll go to get the vacuum. And I'm like, oh, well, I need to mop this section too. So let me go ahead and start that, and then I'll start mopping, or try and start mopping. And then realize, well, I need to pick up the dog bowls. Well, I need to wash the dog bowls next, and then I just keep going and going and going. And then I'll end up somewhere very far from trying to put up the dishes. Does that happen to anybody else? My brain just goes scattered sometimes, and sometimes it's not that bad, and other times is bad. Dude. Oops, that was a big block. That's okay, we can take that big block and put it over there. Well, at least I'm not alone. Because I've told that to some of my friends, and they look at me like I've lost my mind. I'm like, y'all don't do that? No, just me? Okay. You know. Whatever. Okay. I'd like to call it a process, but I, to me, I think a process leads to something. I can't ever figure out what I'm doing and what it leads to. See, I like that. It could be multitasking. But it ends up with me always leaving something half finished too. I've definitely been the person to like half vacuum the house because I started doing something else and forgot I was vacuuming. And see, I thought I hate cleaning around people. I'm I don't know why it stresses me out so bad, and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's always been that way ever since I was a kid, and I'm like, that's not how that's not how I do it. All right. After that process, we have our brown done. Do 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 do. Okay. I need a plate. I'll just set that one to the side. And I'm gonna make, oh yeah, there's, oh, nope. Ow. Transfer tape in my hair. I've been weeding vinyl today, and it's definitely like, I feel pieces all in the back of my hair because I didn't have a hair bow. It's lovely. Ooh, and now I can go through and do, oh my gosh, my white for my straw. That didn't work, but it worked. Oh goodness. I'm thinking I want to do Jesus in a blue and do sweet in a pink. And I haven't quite figured out what color I want to make tea. I want it to be like bright colors. What color should I do tea, y'all? Alrighty. Ooh, I could do that yellow. That yellow would pop. Ooh. We're doing Jesus turquoise. Also, a pretty good tip about keeping a straight line is finding which way you like to pull your brush. So, like, I can't pull away from me, but I can pull toward me better. So, I like to pull to me, if that makes sense. So, to keep my line straight, instead of going away from me, I like to pull to me. And it helps me keep my lines more straight, I think. And then if you kind of goof, you can wipe it. Hi. Okay. I think my brush is a little too chunky for that. I think that was supposed to be white. I do like the gray. And I am going to go back through and kind of zhuzh it up a little bit. And kind of make it pop. Which is kind of what I'm hoping the colors on the sweet tea and all that will do. we go. How I figured out the brush direction, what works best for me, is from playing around on Procreate and just kind of going off of that. I could find what stroke works best. If I want to go toward me or away from me or whatever. Oops. All right. So what y'all think so far? We'll get y'all a good little close-up of what's going on. Trying to make sure I stay in the frame. You know, it would be pretty cool if we did like a 3D straw with it. I think that would be pretty awesome. Or like maybe 3D cutout pieces for the straw. I wonder if we could do that. Okay. Now we're gonna do around the, not the orange, the lemon. I'm gonna do this gray since I already have it. Oops. Ooh, yay. That would be so awesome. Ooh, probably need to fix this little section here. I guess this is where the jar is supposed to be. That's where I'm making the rest of my jar. There we go. All right. And now I'm gonna go in with the white and go down the sides and make my straw. Ooh, all 3D would be so fun. Definitely should have done it. Next time I'm doing the unicorn. I have a 3D unicorn that says dream on it, and I'm in love with it. I want to just sparkle all of it and make it so pretty. I need to see where. Trying to, this E's a little tricky to get everything covered like I need it. Or maybe if I just place it in the right spot. That's my problem. I had it in the wrong spot and I had it off. Me and these letters are not getting along today. That is for sure. All right, let's get the top end of this thing. And we should be about good to go. If I didn't skip parts at the bottom. There we go. Telling y'all, it's that ADD kicking in today. I think this is one of my longest labs by far. I'm sorry, y'all. But if you're still hanging in there with me, I appreciate you. I'll catch that spot in a little bit. All right, now that we got this done, I'm gonna actually take some white while I got it and go in and add like little zhuzhy drops to my lemon. And what these are, they're just kind of little lines that you use for contrast to kind of make it look more 3D-ish. So like so. And I'm probably going to go up in and touch up some stuff. But right now, this one up here, that one, trying to get all my letters where they need to be. Make sure I have all my letters. Okay, that goes that way. All right. So Jesus is going to be blue. So we're going to take that, slide it. Actually, we're going to go grab that turquoise because I did not grab it. Okay. Now we're going to paint our words. She should still be moderating. Not quite sure. Oh, I love this turquoise. All right, Jesus is done. Do T in yellow. else I get yellow all over my fingers. So we're going to be trying out a new glue today. Thank you. Normally we use our Aleene's or Aleene's, the Ultimate, but we got some new stuff in. We've heard it's really good, and we wanted to I wanted to try it out with you guys today. Lori's wanting me to try it out, so we are going to try it out and see what our opinion is. We've heard nothing but great things, so we're both very curious, and we want to get our own standpoint on it. And this glue is called Tight Bond Quick and Thick Multi-Surface Glue. Apparently it works very good with wood. Alright. Close that up. Get a wipey. Because I know I got glue on my fingers. And grab my sweet after I pull my tea out of the way. And we're going to do our sweet in this pink. A sweet pink. I don't think I've used this pink yet. No, I take that back. I think I used it on our porch cleaner. But it wasn't a lot though. Haven't really got to see this in action yet. Ooh, that's a pretty pink. Here we go. How many of y'all have ordered this door hanger? If you have, post pictures on the studio website or on Hardworking Mom under this live. I'd love to see y'all's variations on this. I knew I missed a spot. I always miss a spot somewhere. Alrighty, let's get to gluing. So we'll zoom y'all out so y'all can see my full project. So right now it kind of looks a little messy, but once we get everything glued to it, it will not look bad at all. It's gonna look good. I gotta undo my, they really, oh goodness. They don't want you to get into this stuff. I think there's a thing. No, there's not a thing. Maybe I have to cut the tip. Oop. least I think that's how you're supposed to do it. All right. Y'all know me. I gotta stand up so I can make sure I'm gluing stuff straight. I think that was a lot. I'm trying to see if this dries clear or not. Oh, it would say it on the front. Duh, Tori. So this glue, it's not like the Ultimate. The Ultimate dries clear, but it comes out white, like Elmer's glue, but it dries clear. We are almost done. Oops, I definitely just moved that. It'll be okay. I moved it back. I really like how this glue applies. It's very smooth. Boom. And we are done, guys. So there we have it, Sweet Tea and Jesus. What do y'all think? Think it looks great. Well, guys, I'm going to set this to the side to let it dry. And we will post some pictures of it when it's dry. I'm going to put some little judgy marks. Awesome, guys. Well, thank y'all for hanging in there with me. I know this was a little bit of a long one, but I can't wait to see y'all next time. We'll see y'all later. Bye.